Let's talk about these, also SU-35 jets, what kind of impact these planes could have on the overall, let's say, Mideast strategic battlefield.
Right, Kalev. The Sukhoi SU-35 is seen as perhaps the Russian answer to the U.S. F-35 that Israel has purchased, right. Dozens of them, which they're both seen as perhaps the most advanced and cutting edge in aerial technology. Now, if indeed this deal falls through, or this deal ends up happening, it would definitely be Iran's most significant upgrade of its aging fleet. Because how do we know about this? It announced, we know this by a statement that it issued to the United Nations, saying that it began approaching, quote, countries to buy fighter jets to replenish the country's fleet from the war in the 80s. Now, I mean, if you look at the current fleet of aircraft that Iran currently has, we're talking about a fleet that dates back to the Soviet era, many Russian MiGs, Sukhois, older Sukhois, also some Chinese planes, even some American planes that date back to before the Revolution era. So this is an opportunity after the UN restriction of Iran purchasing conventional weapons. After that ended in October 2020, Iran is now saying that Russia had announced that it is ready to sell them to them. We still haven't received official confirmation of this announcement by Iran from the Russian side. But given that this would indeed be a very significant upgrade of the Iranian fleet, this is also something that has, of course, Washington concerned. And let's take a listen to what U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said about this very issue just 3 weeks ago in an interview to CBS's Face the Nation. He hinted that this could happen already back then. Let's listen.
There's an increasingly noxious relationship between Russia and Iran, and it's actually a two-way street. Not only is Iran providing this equipment to Russia, but Russia is also providing military equipment to Iran, including, it looks like, sophisticated fighter planes. That's something that looks like it may be happening, which would make Iran an even greater threat.
You know, it's interesting, Ariel, because Iran recently also unveiling photos of this brand new sort of underground Air Force base, presumably many people were speculating could be used to defend, for example, against any potential airstrikes from Israel or the U.S. on Iran.
Indeed, Kalev. So just on the heels of Secretary Blinken's point, he's talking about the cooperation, defense, security cooperation between Iran and Russia that has amplified since the war in Ukraine. We're seeing the attack drones, kamikaze drones. This would be the next natural step. But as what you're alluding to, the new underground Air Force base, Iran's first, as they're calling it, Eagle 44. This is indeed something that the New York Times last month has identified as a new base that it had constructed to try and protect this new fleet. It's believed that, according to this deal, the Russians will give the Iranians 24 of these advanced jets. Now, they unveiled this Eagle 44 base with a lot of
fanfare.
But they didn't add one thing. They didn't disclose the location of this base for natural reasons. Now, according to the Times, the New York Times, the base is in a mountainous area in southern Iran, only 100 miles away from the Strait of Hormuz, and that would indicate, that would position it in the range of these Sukhoi jets if they want to attack Israel as perhaps a retaliation for an attack on its nuclear sites or more strategic sites. And so we are indeed seeing an arms race in the Middle East take a next step after Israel upgraded its fleet. We're seeing Iran, now that sanctions for it to acquire conventional weapons, that's out of the picture for already a couple years now. Now they're trying to build their conventional capabilities with what is seen to be the best answer in the air to what Israel has and what the U.S. has.